Yes on yes on yes on yes. Say less. Say less. You ain't got, you ain't no. Say less. Yeah. Say less.
Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the
Thank you very much, Larry. EA Sports coverage of the NFL. The National Football League is here and on the air. Today, we're set for a good AFC matchup between the Cincinnati Bengals and our home team. Fielded about a yard deep. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. They go play action here on first down. And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. Joey Bosa in there to drop him, and he continues to wreak havoc in offensive backfield. Sack number 16 on the year. A week ago, they dominated in the trenches. They got in the backfield for 5 sacks, setting the tone there, one on the opening drive.
And it sets the tone for the opposing team, doesn't it? Remember when you were a kid and you went to the theater and saw that horror movie and it stuck with you for a while and you were a little bit jumpy? Well, if you saw 5 sacks the previous week and you're the quarterback, he might be a little jumpy as well. Might throw off his timing.
Yeah, it'd be jumpy, but sorry, Bob and Linda wouldn't let me see a PG movie until I was 17.
Well, that's just good parenting.
Now a play fake here on first down. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. Jordan Matthews, the one he was looking for. And it's second down. He'll drop to throw. And his throw is incomplete. Third down here for the offense after the incomplete pass. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. And almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's fourth down. He was all over that route defensively. Now, they had 2 picks last week as a unit. Couldn't quite grab that one.
Patience, Grasshopper. Patience. Early in this game, but you like the fact that they're around the football early. They're going to be upset they didn't haul that one in, but at least they're there at the moment of truth to make a play on it.
By the way, where did the grasshopper thing come from? I know it's been around for a long time.
Yeah, you know, I'll have to tell you that some other time.
All right, back to football. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Throw left side complete. It's Simon. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets this football out shy of the 30 to the 29. 18 big yards on that one, and a Charger first.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection. And a nice gain of 21 yards. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary, figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
The completion good for 3, and it's second down. They're going to look to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. That catch good for 5. It's third down. This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though. They'll set up to throw. Found his target. It's Anderson. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
Okay, I'm not so great at math, but I just looked over at our statistician, Marvin, and he signaled to me 5 for 5 to get things started here on this opening drive. Where I come from, that's pretty good.
That is pretty good. Now, what do you do defensively to adjust?
Well, this is where you got to make a decision as a defensive coordinator. Do you really get after the quarterback? Or maybe you tighten down on the receivers, bump them off of their routes, chip away at their timing so things aren't as precise as they've been so far in this game.
And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down.
All right, I'm doing my rudimentary math here. That's his 3rd catch here in the first quarter. I don't know if it's just game plan or he's just finding his way open.
And maybe a little of both. They'll set up a throw. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 16. The Chargers passing game rolling a bit here. They've got another first. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he fires one incomplete.
Let's face it, perfection is something we all chase, whether it's playing this game or whatever we do. Hard to attain, but that's what they were searching for as that pass goes incomplete.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
He finds his receiver, Williams, for a Charger touchdown. Well, that's about as quick of a passing touchdown as you'll ever see right there.
Everyone has a section in their playbook called the quick game. That was a super quick game. Out of the hands of the thrower, bam, right to the receiver, successfully for a touchdown.
How in-depth is that quick game part of the playbook?
It's pretty in-depth because people want the ball in the hands of the quarterback into the playmaker's hands downfield as fast as possible. There are a lot of plays, a lot of options involved with that.
Fielded about a yard deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. So now the Bengal offensive unit back out onto the field as we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes? Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye. That happened fast and a big sack.
Let's go!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And nothing doing here as this time the run maybe gets him back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up. The play fake. He'll look to throw. Wide open receiver complete. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. A big play there. 84 yards. And the Bengals are an extra point away from tying up this football game. On the NFL scoreboard, an update from Los Angeles. It's the Rams that have grabbed the early lead. Still a lot of football left in that affair, but we will for sure keep an eye on it. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Chargers offense now, they get set to head back on the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that, they had a great air attack going. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. They get 2 yards back, but they're going to need a lot more than that here on 3rd down.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or also just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback.
Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off at the 30. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. That's now his second interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and that'll make it second down. And some options here for the offense on 2nd and 2. Play action, they'll throw. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe
and the pressure gets to him again. On 4th down, Vance Joseph going to send out the field goal unit. This officially a 55-yard attempt. That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short, no good. And in this first quarter of play, this will remain a tie ball game. Now they're set up nicely at the 45-yard line after the missed field goal from 55.
I tell you, it's not easy kicking field goals in the best of conditions. Yet in a downpour like we're in right now, it makes it that much harder. And sure enough, they can't convert here.
A gain of 6 there on first. Second down and 4. He'll look to throw. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. Call it a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll make it 3rd down. The Chargers on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. Back to throw here. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Simon. A pickup of 5 that time and a first down.
But give the defensive guys a little bit of credit. They didn't let the deep ball beat them on that play, did they?
No, the drag, that guy can be your safety valve. We saw it right there.
Yeah, and it picked up a first down for him, too.
Looking to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Simon. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you? It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives them a new set of downs. Well, this is how you shake the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row. I'm going to stay confident, keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football.
And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Back now to begin the second quarter with Charles Davis. And here comes play number 6 on this drive. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Hauled in by Anderson, left side. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
I know the halftime's approaching, but I don't think he's going to want to take a break. That's his 5th catch.
Yeah, and no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start.
And all the way in for a Charger touchdown. Odell Beckham with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Chargers have taken the lead.
I think if you polled defensive backs, they would say the corner route, take that out, make it illegal, because that is so hard to recognize and so hard to adjust, because your first move is to not get beat in the middle of the field. And that's how they move you first before they break off to the corner.
But then as a wide receiver, great job. It's tough to turn those upfield and go, but he did a great job with it there.
Really good balance, really good body control, and how about the end result? A touchdown.
Cincinnati now ready to take the field. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, well, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
On second down, Brissett again. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
You know, every time we talk with people about the most important quality for a quarterback to have in the NFL, what do they usually cite?
Arm strength.
Yeah, and that's really way down on the list. Accuracy is one of the bigger ones, maybe the foremost one. That's what he needed on that play.
Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40.
We just saw him hit a big play there on a deep post. And most of the time, the post isn't available because usually you have defenders in the middle of the field. But if you throw enough curls and crossing routes and underneath routes...
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Joey Bosa in there to bring him down, and that is sack number 17 for him now on the year.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
He'll get only a couple down to the 44.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again, they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
It's third and long for Brissett. Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. Joey Bosa in there to get him, and that's sack number 18 for him on the year.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. Here comes the field general leading his offense back out there for the next possession. And he's looked pretty good. Does have the 1 interception, but 2 touchdown passes so far. Your analysis.
They'll take the offset. When you talk about throwing 2 touchdown passes, no one wants to see an interception thrown, but those things happen in the course of a ball game and over the course of a season. But throwing 2 touchdown passes, that's why the team has an advantage. That's what they're looking for more of.
They'll be hoping to make it a 3-to-1 ratio here in the second quarter. They'll drop to throw. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he's taken down, but not before getting this across midfield and just shy of the 40. And a nice gain at 21 yards.
In recent years, the slot receivers really gained stature in the NFL because they can do so many things. Yes, they can line up wide like your normal wide receiver, but they have that kind of courage and toughness to run routes in the middle of the field and become dependable targets for their quarterbacks and move the sticks. Those guys are worth their weight in gold.
That time they hit him out of the slot on the drag.
And that route takes some fortitude from the guy running it because he knows he's going through the briar patches, I like to call it, right? He's trying to work his way through all that traffic and people wanting to put a little contact on him. Really well done.
And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. The Chargers on third down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This time it's 3rd and 3. They'll look to throw. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
I'm not sure we could spot any tendency here on this third down. They could have run it or passed it. Either one was available. They chose to try and get it through the air, but they were unsuccessful.
Now back to throw. He's got a first down and much more inside the 20. And he's brought down, but not before reaching the 8-yard line. The decision to go for it pays off, and now they're set up first and goal. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on them a little bit, I think. So they're looking at each other and trying to figure out what defense will work and how can they play better without getting beat deep for big passes.
The quick slant caught. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. A touchdown-saving tackle there. Now it's third and goal. This offense so far on third down, they've hit 4 of 7. This is third and goal. Now they'll run it on the toss. That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up fourth down.
They might think about going for it here, but it's still just the second quarter. Take the 3 points, tell the defense you believe in them, and let them get the ball back for you.
Back to throw, and he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Big fourth down conversion for the score, and the defense, that is a tough pill to swallow.
Big time for them. How about them just deciding to go for it on fourth down? And, okay, forget the field goal, because that looked like an easy 3 points. Yeah, you might have had a defensive breakdown in there, but they pressed the issue and found a way to get it into the end zone. Give them big credit for that.
The punter Kaiser now out to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way,
and the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And a short gain across the 15 to the 17-yard line. Only 2 yards on the carry. That's going to set up a third and long, 3rd and 15 to be exact.
The best defensive linemen, they play with great leverage so they can get low and not get bowled over by offensive linemen. They have excellent hands. They can throw people off on a play. We just saw a great example of a really good run stop.
Pressure comes and down he goes. Joey Bosa in there for the sack, and he's closing in on that all-time record. That's number 19 on the year.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been under constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And the Chargers will be set up pretty well as they take over in great field position. Meanwhile, out in Los Angeles, they're in the second quarter now. It's the Rams that have grabbed the early lead. That one tight to this point, and you'd have to imagine it'll stay tight throughout. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 47, the 20, 10, and he will bring it back. It's a pick six for a Bengals TD. So a pick six there out of the nickel package. They went with 5 DBs.
Almost becoming the base package in the NFL is the nickel. Hard to throw against. That was demonstrated one more time. A pick six going the other way.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. And the Chargers coming out of the field now. And following the pick six, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told him, and they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
So 2 minutes to go in a wild first half. Back with more after this. A reminder that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll check in with Larry Ridley in Orlando with highlights and analysis of this first half of play.
And I'm going to check in with a heater.
I'm going to be right there with you, partner. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. That one goes for 24 yards.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run.
After reviewing the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
The Chargers on third down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This will be 3rd and 15. They'll look to throw here. Throw left side complete. That's Simon. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. They've been brilliant, perfect on 4th down so far. 3 for 3, and they're going to try again here. They'll try and throw for it here. He finds Beckham complete. A big gain that time for the Chargers. 37 yards.
And they pick up the first down on a 4th down play. I don't know if the defense relaxed because they thought maybe they'd stopped them on 3rd down, or if they just didn't protect the sticks very well. But, boy, that's a big-time pickup right there.
And a big hit at the end of that one. He's knocked down hard at the 23. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. And now with that completion, he's north of 200 yards here in the first half.
And he's going to break our statistician, Marvin, isn't he? Because Marvin right now is just tallying it up. Hope his hand doesn't hurt too much doing this or keeps hitting the calculator. But my goodness, what a start he is off to. By the end of this game, he could have monster numbers. He just wants to continue to be accurate.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And this is caught at the 8. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. Odell Beckham with his 13th touchdown of the year and 2nd of the game. And the Chargers are going to add on to their lead. And he's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the second quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Now this Bengals offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains. Now Brissett. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. Give him 3 on the play, and that'll make this a 2nd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Here we go.
2nd down, Brissett. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle 3rd. He couldn't catch it. Now 3rd down.
Right up to that point, I was about to say he's had a pretty good half catching the football, but let's just be honest about it. He should have caught that one.
And he knows that. That was one right in his breadbasket and one he normally catches. Brissett. And a quick throw here. That's complete. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. And now the Chargers are going to look up here and signal for a timeout. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback. The Charger offense making their way back out there. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that can change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
Caught left side, it's Beckham. And he'll be out of bounds near the 30. A good pickup there, 18 yards as they get closer for third down. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
The Chargers passing game rolling a bit here. They've got another first. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does. And
with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout called. And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. They'll throw now on the final play. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. So no update from Larry after 17 weeks. Folks are saying, let's get on with the show. So we'll oblige as we get you set for the second half kickoff. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Out comes the Chargers as they'll go on offense now to start this third quarter. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly, because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Yeah, still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
He'll look to throw. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. Well, the numbers have been good in the passing game, and certainly a big reason why they have the lead. But now here, third quarter, maybe go to the run game a little more?
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, after that incompletion, a little credit to the defense for shutting them down on that play. Maybe you try and run the football a little bit more in this spot. They have to feel good about how they've been throwing it overall.
And he takes this one just shy of midfield all the way to the 49.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
It's our time. It's our time.
He'll drop to throw. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
8 yards to go here on second down.
All right, here we go.
They'll look to throw again. Under pressure, and he will go down. sacked back at the 46.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
The Chargers on third down. They've converted 6 times and could use a 7th here. This is going to be 3rd and 13. It's caught by OBJ. The Chargers passing game rolling a bit here. They've got another first. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
Throwing left side, it's complete. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line. 23 yards on the play. And on that last play there, he's over 400 yards passing now.
You know what that generally means?
Success.
And
no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. To the sideline, and that is a heck of a catch as he was able to get both feet in. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to third down. And now he's closing in on 450 yards passing.
That's an incredible number. I mean, you're talking about the best defenders in the world that you're trying to throw.
And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the third quarter.
Not only pulling away, you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
The punter Kaiser now out to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee. As they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Bengal offense on their way out as we look at the playoff race in the AFC. And it's all come down to this, hasn't it? Final week of the regular season. If this year's playoffs play out anything like the regular season has gone, could be in for a wild and fun month of January.
And we can break the rules because we can look ahead. All right, there's not a coach out there that's ever said to their team, all right, let's look three weeks down the road. It's always right here, right now. Forget that. Think about what the playoffs are going to look like. The teams that we see that are already in, the teams that are trying to get in, we could have some great matchups.
Going to give this time to the tailback. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2.
Getting out a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he might have got this across midfield, not by much. They'll mark it down at the 49. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to third down.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he's not even going to get back to the line of scrimmage. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
I get the thought process, 3rd and short, give it to the fullback, let him bulldoze his way, but that means you're counting on your offensive line to win the line of scrimmage, aren't you?
Yeah, and there was just a mass of bodies there at the line. Looked like more defenders than offensive guys. Winds up losing yardage. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. try and start this drive in the air. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. He finds an opening past the 40. It's caught. Beckham. A really good pickup of 28 yards. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Back to throw now on first down. Wide open receiver complete. And all the way in for a Charger touchdown. Odell Beckham, his 3rd touchdown of the game, number 14 on the year. And the Chargers find a way to stretch their lead.
Brandon, my man, just one sentence for that one. Clinic.
And that's what they've done. They lead the league in points per game this season, but it's been quick strikeability as we saw on that drive.
I think they're actually intimidating defenses because they're back on their heels right away, wondering where it's going to come from, how they're going to hit them. This group is well organized, well coached, and extremely confident in what they do.
And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Bengals getting set to go. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting. I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Under pressure, and down he goes. The Bengals on 3rd down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This is 3rd down and 12. From the shotgun, it's Brissett finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. Call it a pickup of 7, and that's going to make it 4th down. But just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
Odell Beckham now marching back onto the field. Now, this defense, they wouldn't mind not seeing him again for a while. 3 trips to the end zone. How about that?
I think right now they would happily go to their general manager and say, is there any way you could get a trade for him? Bring him over to our team so we don't have to cover him anymore? Because he is really having a heck of a ball game, isn't he?
Boy, he is. I don't know that mid-game trade's going to happen, but good thought. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Anderson. And they'll get him down here at the 23. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. Throw left side complete. It's Simon. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a 1st down. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Charger 1st down.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders. Hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or
better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
11 more yards that go around, a 1st down as well.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag, because when you do, you just put the ball on him and then let him run.
He's got some space. And this one's incomplete.
Sometimes the coverage is so good, no matter what you're doing on offense, you just can't shake anyone free. They try their best to find someone open, but they took away every passing alley, every angle, and shut the play down.
And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to hold that one in.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Simon. And they're able to get this one down to the 25. That goes for a gain of 31.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team toward a victory.
Second down now after the incompletion. And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. They'll set up a throw. Throw left side complete. That's Simon. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's fourth down. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on fourth. They're going to look to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Simon. And unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy. Jim Caldwell's guys cannot come through there on fourth down. And the Bengals will get the football back. So they were really trying to put the nail in the coffin there already with this lead here in the fourth. But they didn't get it.
Guaranteed, it's not going to be a fun handshake in the postgame, right? You just know that there's going to be some bad blood there. And I know if we go to the postgame press conferences, the winning coach, you know what he's going to say, why he did it? We need the points, okay? Because you never know at the end of the year if points are going to come into the tiebreaker if we're trying to get into the playoffs. That's always the standard justification.
He targets Jordan Matthews, and it's caught. And down he'll go at the 25. The reception good for 7. It's third down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
And that is incomplete.
When we talk with people about what we think the most important quality for an NFL quarterback to possess, what do people usually say?
Arm strength. And he showed the arm strength there.
Yeah, pretty good bullet pass he threw, but he wasn't accurate, was he?
No.
Listen, you like mobility, but accuracy, first and foremost, is what a quarterback needs. He didn't possess it on that play.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. A gain of 4 on the play. And on fourth down, they're able to convert and move the sticks.
Brandon, this is why play callers get the big bucks. This wasn't a 4th and inches call. You get into situations like 4th and 3, 4th and 4. You've got a tough decision to make. Very gutsy play here, and they pick up the first down.
And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
A lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. They'll run it now out of the gun. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. And this defense continues to give them fits. They just can't get really anything going on the ground, can they?
I love the theme that you just brought up. This defense has been tough all game long against the run. We just saw another example of it there.
Brissett sets to throw it. And this is going to be incomplete.
Let's face it, you can run the route tree as many times as you want, get in sync, practice it, do all those things. But once you get to game speed, it doesn't always time up quite that well. That one goes incomplete.
Here's Bissett. And this is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Chargers will get the football back in excellent field position. Well, apparently they weren't interested in playing the field position game. They opt to keep their offense out there. A big mistake in hindsight.
Yeah, that one backfired. In hindsight's always 20/20, but let's call it what it was. We would have first guessed that one and said, don't do it here. Bad situation. I think they need to be closer to midfield before I would start to think it was a good idea.
Yeah.
And once you start taking risks like that, you're going to have to keep taking them throughout the game, especially when they don't work.
Yeah, at this stage of the second half, interesting. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
And his throw here's incomplete. But not to get too overcritical there because he knows what he's doing, but his shoulders looked a little off kilter there when he threw that.
I don't think you're being overly critical there. You're just analyzing it, and he gets those shoulders right. That pass will go from incomplete to complete.
Back to throw here. A bullet throw, but incomplete. The Chargers will bring out the field goal unit now. And his kick here is good. And they're sitting pretty now as the lead grows even further. So it's 3 more points, and that widens things out even further here in the fourth.
Hey, in this league, you can never have too much. So if you're in range, grab the 3 whenever you can.
Fielded about a yard deep. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held him to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3, and that's exactly what happened.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
Brissett now. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he's going to be stopped dead in his tracks. 5 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
3rd and short yardage, Brissett. And he can't quite pick it. No interception so far. That probably should have been their first, but at least it's 4th down.
Perhaps they overthought this one a little bit. They've been running it real well on this drive, and it was 3rd and short, okay? They decided to throw the football incomplete. Yeah, they might have thought just a little bit too hard about that play selection.
Elsewhere across the league, 4th quarter action in Los Angeles. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. Another victory perhaps in the cards. They're looking as good as anybody as the playoffs draw near. Odell Beckham now marching back onto the field. So far, he has the trio of touchdowns. Obviously, it's been a pretty good game for him.
So if this were hockey, they'd be throwing their hats out on the ice for the hat trick, right? I'm not sure exactly what you do in the NFL except applaud and continue to hope you see a little bit more of this. What a tremendous game.
You want to start a new tradition? What can we throw on the field?
I don't know.
Throw your mic out there.
A lot of fans would like that. Cut his mic off.
3 touchdowns so far. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. Now a handoff here to his running back. Past the 20. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. A great effort there. His 11th touchdown of the year. And this Charger offense is running away with this one.
And now we've hit that stage of the game, partner, where one of our predecessors, one of the great commentators of all time, he used to sing in this situation when this game appeared to be over.
I know the fat lady's been singing for some time.
No, not her at all. This is one of our guys.
But she's singing, too.
Oh, she's at least...
She's on, like, the 5th tune at
yeah,
this point.
she left Scales way behind, but he used to sing something about turning out the lights. The party was over.
And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground. A 2nd down throw for Brissett. Incomplete.
The effort's always going to be there. Everyone's always going to try and make a catch, but underthrown balls, I think, are the toughest ones to come back and get because usually your momentum's going in the opposite direction when you're trying to stop, break, and come back and get it.
Brissett from the gun on 3rd. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. 10 yards there on a Bengal first.
Would it be safe to say that it's precise? Routes are supposed to be run in the NFL. Maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball.
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
It's a gain of 5, and it'll be 2nd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Elsewhere across the league, 4th quarter action in Los Angeles. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. Another victory perhaps in the cards. They're looking as good as anybody as the playoffs draw near. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs. So the offense has it 1st and 10.
Watch tight, watch tight. Tight end right, tight end right. Let's go,
They'll run it now out of the gun. And now running right through it. They showed off a nice juke of the defender before the next wave could bring him down. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so.
Not an ideal spot to be on 1st down, but I love that the play caller did not immediately abandon the running game and say, okay, we've got to throw it in order to pick it up. Stayed with the run, was rewarded with a big-time pickup. Now they're in 2nd and manageable.
And avoids the contact by sliding. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks. First down and 10 now for the offensive group. Gun Brissett to Mixon on the check down. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. And that is not a sight they want to see. Joe Mixon very slow to get up. And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back. Now a handoff looking right. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. But just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
They'll run it now out of the gun. They stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out. Stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again. Go play action, hit them over the top.
Let's go.
No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. Well, if you look where that play starts, O-line versus D-line, that was a battle won by the D-line.
Yeah, and oftentimes it's won by quickness off the ball. Who can handle the guy across from them best? On that play, the defensive line did exactly that.
Here we go.
On 3rd down, Brissett. And that is incomplete.
I think that was a good job there defensively. They did allow them to drive all the way downfield, but once they got their backs to the goal line, they really turned up the pressure.
Yeah, they let them get all the way down here. Now the field shrinks. They've struggled to convert, and that last incompletion brings up 4th. And Myers able to knock it through, and they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. Well, in the grand scheme of things, it's likely not going to matter much, but at least they get themselves 3 points closer to respectability.
And I don't know that they're going to feel a whole lot better about things because they've clearly been outplayed all game long. But, hey, no reason not to take the points when the opportunity presents itself.
And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Now the Chargers offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. They have the big lead here late. They protected their home turf well, didn't they?
They certainly did, partner. And just think about how good that feels because every team has a goal when they start the year to win at home. All right, and sometimes you don't win all of them, but they managed to get that done today. Just think about your routine stays the same. Everything's familiar. You feel right going into the game, and they translated that into a win.
They did indeed. They protected the home field, and now the final stages. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. And he had a great read there from his free safety position. And, Charles, you know with those guys, it's all about their eyes. They have to be laser-focused.
Yeah, I had to fake my way through it when I was playing, but now I can see exactly what they're doing. And on that play, he obviously had no presence to feel like he's being pushed for a pass. And without that, that allowed him to get up to the line of scrimmage and hold him to no gain.
And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. They'll look to throw here. Throw left side complete. That's Simon. And able to pick up the first across midfield to the 47. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on third down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
Try to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Give him 4 on the ground there. They're now left with 3rd and 6.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do.
I got loyalty, got royalty inside my DNA. Quarter piece, got war and peace.